What's up, guys? We're back, and this is going to be the long form where we just talk about all of the things and stuff.
Hello.
Hi-yo.
So we had 5 categories.
Should I tell people when they can go?
Yeah,
Or
absolutely.
later?
Yeah, tell
No,
them
later. Well, we've
later.
it naturally.
We'll close it. We'll close it out that way.
Yeah. For the real
So now
fans.
we're just going to talk about
The real.
where all of the categories, the 5 that we went through in the first podcast that should have posted Friday. I hope posted Friday, because if not, Josh and I didn't do our jobs, and Craig will be mad. Probably, maybe, probably not.
I'll be fine.
I'll be okay.
I just want to throw out that I did extraordinarily well in Craig and I's trivia competition.
There was a different cut, and that was the one where Josh beat Craig a whole
Right.
bunch.
We didn't put that on the air or whatever,
Yeah,
or
it felt
anywhere.
wrong.
or even live stream it, or
We didn't want the Taste Trivia brand to be diminished by my ineffective trivia knowledge.
So I graciously bowed out and threw
Yeah.
the second one.
so we started with Potter last time, so I feel like it's only natural to start with that this time. I feel like, as someone who's read the books multiple times and will continue to read the books as I get older, I hate the movies,
Wow.
and that is an unpopular opinion.
Hot take.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I
not
hate
with
them.
you, but I hate the first and second.
Really, but those are the best. Those are the truest ones to the book.
Yeah, but I don't know that a movie has to be true to its book for me to
Yeah.
enjoy it.
No. I'm with you
No,
on that.
it definitely doesn't. Especially, I like other adaptations of things.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Man.
That's
a
a different director, too, right? The
It
two,
is.
The
and
first
switch
two is
over.
Chris Columbus.
Chris Columbus. Then Alfonso came in,
And he bad.
I don't agree with that.
I don't like
it's
it.
my favorite. The Azkaban is my
Azkaban
favorite.
is my least favorite.
It is the current least favorite in terms of box office as well as online reviews.
And another hot take: I hate Gary Oldman as Sirius Black,
You're so
Why?
stupid.
because in the
He's a
books,
dummy face.
In the books, they portray him as someone who's very young and handsome, and Gary Oldman is neither of those things.
I don't
He's
know.
distinguished.
That does not mean handsome.
Have you read the books even?
I have multiple
More than
times.
once?
In
Yeah.
English?
No, only in Brazilian.
Oh.
Ugh, you
Which is
like
also
the
known
first
as-
2 movies. It's
I
just-
don't like them, but they're the best adaptation from book to movie.
I don't. But I'm with Craig, where movies don't need to be true adaptations. I think you're taking it to a totally different medium.
No, and
So
I-
if you
I
try
agree
to
with
make
that.
it a direct adaptation.
I
it's not as
agree
good.
with that statement that they don't, and I did agree with that prior to this, but you weren't listening because you don't care about me.
No, I'm listening, but
You
I'm
don't.
explaining why I don't agree with
Well,
you that
I'm
one
gonna
and
tell
two
you that
are
you're
the
wrong.
best. But you're not even listening to what I said.
Listen to me.
No, listen to me.
No, it's just those movies in general don't do it for me. Like, I don't. The first 2 are the ones that I like the best, but that's
Really?
like
So if I say your favorite Potter film, you're going to pick one of those?
no, definitely Hallows Part 2. I think is my favorite.
Hallows Part 2 is your
Part
favorite?
2, yeah, I liked it a lot.
What are the reasons for that?
It was just actiony and dope.
It was actiony, but it had some weird stuff in
It
it.
did have some weird stuff.
I don't know. I have strong opinions on this. I've watched the movies all the way through 3 or 4 times. I've been to the set tour. I've done all the
You did do the set.
I did
That
do the
was-
set tour.
Was
I've
that
seen-
cool?
It was cool. It's really cool. And so how many? I'll give you just a fun trivia question that maybe we'll have to write into it. But I don't think you had this because it's something I just came up. But I'd be impressed if you did.
Yeah.
In the film series, we see the kids walk through the Hogwarts so many times, right?
Yeah.
How many stairs? You know how the stairs move and everything?
Yeah. How many
Did they
staircases
build? How many
are there?
staircases did they build?
Oh,
Oh, I don't know. I know how many staircases. I
the
read.
moving staircases.
That's right.
Or-
They are moving staircases, and I'm saying because I went to the set tour.
Yeah.
How many staircases did they build to film all they needed to
I
film?
read something like 142, but I don't think that that's right.
I mean,
Not a clue.
you could take a guess and do pretty well here at closest to the pin.
2.
It is 1. They built one.
Wow.
I was gonna say
one
CGI would
piece,
just be-
and they just
Well,
kept.
I think
filming.
I read Hogwarts. There's 142.
Yeah, you read the
staircases.
actual
Yeah,
amount
yeah.
written
in the books.
But I always think stuff like that is so cool. How the movie magic comes in and plays the things that they were able to do. I know some book fans hate some elements like that, not the stairs, but that they change certain things. They change the type of tree here. They change the way someone interacts with something. But you can't always shoot those things. You can't.
No, that's why a book's a book, because there's supposed to be those minute, small details that you can't necessarily get in a 2-hour film.
And a lot of it is what you picture yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you fill in the gaps a lot.
Sure,
But when it's a movie, it's
imagination.
just like, this is what it is, and you can't really deviate from
I
that
like
much.
the movies. The book. I do like the books more.
Most people do. Most people are very big fans of, and my like during Christmas time, my family sits down and watches it on ABC Family, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we own all of these. You
do
don't
not
have to
need
do
to
this.
watch commercials.
You don't. We could watch this.
Mistakes.
My dad does that with National Treasure as well. Anytime National Treasure's on FX, he watches it, and I'm like, we fucking own this.
I like that movie.
I like it too, but it's like just put the DVD in, dude.
I don't know what it is. Sometimes though, when you're flipping through channel, through cable especially, and it's typically I get lost in the TNT TBS transition.
Oh,
They're
Lord.
always showing a movie that I'm fond of, and I'm just like, oh man, there went 35 minutes.
It's a movie from 1999, and it's awful, but I love it.
I love
It's Independence Day
I could
every
watch
time.
Gladiator over and over again.
Oh, it's so good.
Over and over
a
I
again.
don't know if
great
I've
film.
seen the entirety of Gladiator.
That's
What?
shameful.
yeah, well, I know I saw it
Ridley
once.
Scott.
It was a long time ago.
So good.
It's probably his best work.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He's done a lot, so I'm not trying to
but
shit
it was,
on him, but it was so
I mean,
good.
so many Academy Award nominations.
Russell did not win for that.
he
He,
did
won
not.
for Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
Ridley might have won for
That put Joaquin Phoenix. I was young when this came out, but that put Joaquin. I was like, this guy.
Put him on the map.
This guy is good.
He's a good actor. He's weird.
And Richard Harris, my Dumbledore.
Yes,
I think that's part of the reason why I don't like them either, because I love Richard Harris's Dumbledore.
died.
I know, but he was everything I pictured being.
Yeah, they
as
had
Dumbledore.
some really good casting. I think the casting of the three main kids is perfect.
Yeah,
couldn't be any better. Who are you? Daniel?
yeah,
It's
Radcliffe is the one.
because it's definitely not Emma.
No.
she's perfect.
She's a lovely
Rupert
lady.
Grint is pretty dead on for
Yeah,
what it
pretty-
needs to be.
pretty
You're
spot
right.
on.
If there was going to be
If
a
there was
main
gonna be a
cast member,
change.
you're like
Daniel
Radcliffe won the fucking lottery.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then he like didn't mean to phone it in, but just his face.
Yeah.
phoned it in.
just got that. The first movie, like, and that's what I like too about the first couple is like when Harry's stuff happens to him, the joy on his face is actual and real.
Yeah.
And then good things happen later, and he's like,
Because he did Equus and
I
all these
did
other
it.
thing by
He
then.
had a
or something.
drinking
Yeah,
problem.
he was
just-
drunk.
No, but he had a
He was-
drinking problem through all of it too.
That's cool.
So
At what age did he start drinking?
I don't know.
probably like 16.
Yeah.
And he was just pounding.
Because he would go out probably and attempt to like go anywhere, and he would be mobbed
Yeah.
as Harry, not as Daniel.
No.
And to
Harry,
have
Harry,
that from
won't
like
you,
the age
Harry?
of 11.
Oh yeah, bad.
terrible.
They started at what 10 or 11?
10 or 11,
Yeah.
yeah. Emma. Oh, God. Had a
Would
crush on her
she
for the
blossom?
longest
She
time.
blossomed.
It was like 1, 2, and you were like, meh. And then 3, you were like, whoa.
Waiting for that nude scene.
Who?
She did not
not
do
a
one.
lot.
She did not do one in that movie, The Circle, and it was poo poo. It had Tom Hanks in it.
It did have
had
Tom Hanks in
John
it.
Boyega in it, and it had her, and it
And the movie was still bad?
Sucked.
What was the movie about?
It was about Facebook essentially.
Oh, yeah.
They
how
were
they're
trying to do,
watching
like,
and
that
doing
allegor-
everything. Yeah.
That's
Wait,
what
you
I
gotta-
heard
you gotta
about that.
finish- You can't just. I don't know the rest of the sentence.
Yeah, so here's what it was. The movie was, I guess, somebody, and it was written by like high end Hollywood folk and directed by a reasonable person, but the script just like kind of went off the rails because they were trying to make this statement of like social media is evil. They're gonna because the circle was like watching everything you did, and if you're an employee there,
It was Facebook.
And the movie didn't like end with anything cool.
Was that
You know,
also a book that they
bel-
turned into a movie?
I think it was.
It was a
I
book
think someone had been
based on a
telling me
novel
about
of the
that book.
same name.
The book's probably better.
Probably most of the time.
Probably has a cooler ending.
I think it's part of a series,
Maybe.
which could be part of the issue.
When you brought up Potter, I don't know why I thought this, but it immediately sent me to Forrest Gump, which is a movie everyone has seen.
Love it.
But not a lot of people have read the book. And I did read the book and
Yeah.
its sequel, Gump and Company.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
And
read that
The book
one.
is very different.
Yeah,
He does
much
a lot
different.
of different
Astronaut.
stuff. Yeah. And they changed stuff to fit the shooting and what they were able to do. And bringing it a little more modern, but not at all on topic. Ready Player One was
Oh,
a book
yeah.
I was really fond
You
of.
were sad.
That they had to make a lot of changes, and if I had not read the book before, I would have enjoyed Ready Player One more.
I still haven't seen it, so
It's
So
cool.
it's worth seeing.
If you haven't read the book, definitely because
have
you're
not
not
read the book.
you're not going to know that they changed the 3 challenges, and they're the center point of the book,
Right.
in that he has to achieve these things, and they're all pop culture related. So the things that I like, one was Dungeons and Dragons in the book, and one was this, and one was that. In the movie, they couldn't get all the rights to certain things, so they got rights to other awesome things that if I hadn't been already exposed to what I
And
wanted
excited
to see,
about, yeah.
it would have been way cooler.
I'm still impressed that they got all the different rights to all those different
Oh, yeah.
types of pop
Oh,
culture
yeah.
stuff.
Well, Spielberg was on board, so then anything that was his content was easy peasy.
Oh,
He
right.
directed it.
The Circle actually finished above their budget.
Yeah, but like if you're looking, is that on Wiki?
Yeah.
What was the budget? Like 80?
18 mil.
Oh, that's even low.
And they grossed 20.5 in the U.S., 20.1 in Canada and other territories.
You know how that's still a fail? That doesn't account for marketing.
That's true.
That doesn't account for marketing. When you look at a budget, like I just looked up the article on Solo because Solo just came out.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but I didn't like it a lot, but I liked it.
Yeah.
And it didn't blow the doors off the opening weekend. It was about 100. And they're like, oh, it's a fail because after marketing and everything, it's a $400 million movie.
Yeah, pulled in 90 in 3 days is not.
Not what
That's
they were
not great.
hoping for.
No.
Not what they were hoping for. It flagged like 60 million behind Rogue One, which I think is a better movie. But
Yeah. I haven't seen Solo yet, but
know.
I loved Rogue One.
Rogue One's great.
One of the reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes gave it an approval rating of, or the film holds an approval rating of 16%, based
about
on
right.
119
For
reviews.
Circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's a bad
real
film.
bad.
It's not good.
That is
You
worse
just-
than Space Jam.
Oh no, that's something you can hang on your mantle. It's like we did something worse than Space Jam.
I like.
Are they
Space
still
Jam.
doing
I like
Space, Jam too?
I don't think so. Not until LeBron goes to LA and he's close to retirement, because then he'll do it.
He's in upcoming things. He's doing voice work now too. He's in that Bigfoot Smallfoot one there. It's a DreamWorks animated called Smallfoot, I think.
Of course,
Yeah, he's just making money. He was in Trainwreck. He was in something else.
I saw him in that. He wasn't bad in that.
I know he won't be in Uncle Drew because it's a Kyrie movie,
I would
but
love it.
I want him to be. But they don't get along now.
No, they don't like each other anymore. But yeah, I mean, I just have that unpopular Harry Potter opinion, and that's just
Yeah, but you know it's unpopular. You know
No,
you're in the
I'm
minority.
not. I'm not saying it in like a state of like. I'm not trying to troll for people to be like, "What the fuck, Pat?" Like I know. Like I get.
there are
shit for
people
it.
that like the Star Wars book canon more than the movies. I mean,
There's just so much
There's-
there.
yeah.
I
so
don't,
much.
but
I've tried, and it was
no. One of our good friends, Cuba, he knows the content. He's seen the animated series and he's read the books.
I did watch the animated series, and if you can watch Clone Wars, I think, and I think it's on Netflix still. Watch it; it's really cool. It gives you a lot of different backstory, and it's really well done.
There's
I enjoyed
two
it very
animated
much.
series now, right?
There's multiple. Yeah, there's more.
Oh,
than
there's
one.
another one now. There's
Yeah.
Rebels, and there's
Rebels,
something else.
that's
Crazy.
what it is.
Yeah, I haven't,
There's a lot
I
of
haven't watched
characters.
those.
I can't keep up with
so
that shit.
It's too
many
much.
characters.
No, it's too much.
Well, that's Game of Thrones too for some people. They're just like, there's so many characters, and it's like, don't get attached.
Yeah, but there's only like if you even just go by the books, it's just those books.
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like the extended universe that you get with Star Wars.
Star
which
Wars.
just gets way.
I agree with
Yeah.
that.
And
I
all
think
the
Star
video
Wars
games.
goes really deep sometimes, and you just get lost. Whereas Game of Thrones, yeah, they're bringing in a lot of characters, but there's a lot of characters in Friends, the show. If we're talking about TV, you just don't care about that guy.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't care about the guy
they're
who's
just
serving
not.
the coffee.
They're not the people that are always on camera.
Yeah, if you go to the always on Game of Thrones, you've got just a handful. You've got the Cersei, the Tyrion, the Jaime, Arya, Sansa, Jon, and then Daenerys. Really, I mean, who?
Yeah.
How many others are people like aggressively into?
It's narrowed down.
Brienne.
Well, but that's a
Tormund.
secondary, I think.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think-
yeah, but they're pretty regularly on camera, and I think that's a very nice segue into talking about the Game of Thrones. And one of the things we talked about last time, we kind of nailed Josh. We figured he's a Lannister.
Lannister.
Yeah, I feel like we agree. We came to a consensus that he's Lannisterian.
You okay?
What
Oh, okay.
cramping? You cramping?
I was.
Yeah. Yes. So have you thought about this at all? Do you have a feeling about what Craig Brooks would be?
I've really had trouble with it, and I like that Pottermore has that thing I can type in
Oh,
and it
yeah.
tells me what I am, and it didn't give me what I wanted, so I punched my screen. Because you obviously want Gryffindor, and I think
Duh.
I got like Ravenclaw.
Right, yeah. Who wants to be fucking Raven?
Except if for a while I was into Asians, and Cho Chang
Cho Chang?
is a Ravenclaw.
That
so
is,
could-
she's in one of the questions that I have in
Oh,
Potter. Who did
shoot.
she take to the Yule Ball?
that is. Oh no,
Tall guy.
Yeah, yep, tall guy.
Tall guy.
Tall guy McGee.
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric
That one.
Diggory. That is correct.
He's
I knew
not
that.
that tall.
He's-
Pattinson's not.
No,
that
he's
tall.
just lanky. He's just long.
Yeah, but then
he
compared
died
to,
in that film.
to Potter.
And one of the things that I actually like is the father's scream, "My boy, my boy!" I'm like, you're not a good actor, I don't think.
I think you're bad at this.
Yeah, because I'll cry if something like emotional happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will get us back to Game of Thrones pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Amelia Clark's Here Before You or Me Before You. It's a movie Emilia Clarke was in.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
with the
okay.
paralyzed
with
guy,
the paralyzed
crippled
guy who was Finnick from Hunger Games.
Yeah, yeah.
Handsome guy. You'll cry if you have like a heart at the end of that movie. I don't know that I cry when Cedric Diggory dies.
When I hear,
I'm like,
I heard you do it, and I'm laughing at it now because I can hear him doing
yeah,
it.
like, screw you,
It was
Edward
bad.
Cullen. Your dad doesn't even care about you.
And then he becomes a vampire, and everything's fine.
But Emilia Clarke was really cool in Solo, High Point.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I told Mel on the way home, I said, I'm going to now just watch any movie she's in. Because I know I've covered this on your podcast before, but there's certain actors and actresses I feel like we all gravitate to, and
Yeah.
Hollywood really puts a lot of investment into that. If
Yeah.
you think someone's bankable or not. And I'm not saying she is yet, but I'm going to start seeing her movies because she is cool. She can do different things.
Yeah.
And she does have the most expressive
She's
eyebrows.
It's insane.
Yeah, you guys brought that up, I think.
Yeah,
last-
her eyebrows just go crazy.
Yeah, but they're not gross. They're like
no,
super
it's like it's
proportioned.
on point.
She's very pretty.
She's
that doesn't
super
hurt.
pretty.
And I know she's not doing nudity any longer, but she already did it, so
Yeah.
we can get it at any time.
Seen the boobies.
Seen the boobies, and it's good.
They're good boobies.
She's a good actress too. And the Me Before You, she plays this like quirky kind of outcast who then kind of warms your heart and tries to help this guy, and then the movie's really fucking sad at the end.
She's so good as Danny, and it's like people. I what was it, like season 5? People were just like, okay, I'm bored with Danny, and I'm like, how can you be bored with her? She's just dominating pieces of the map
Yeah.
before she comes to the big place.
No, I'm not bored with her at all in the show. I think that again, she's like you said, like it's risk. It's the game of risk.
Yeah.
And she's rolling sixes. She's just taking over things, and they gave her a
Right.
little bit of a mistake last season, right? When the Unsullied.
Spoilers. Just throwing
come
that
on.
out. I mean, I just,
Somebody-
you just
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah. Spoiler
if you haven't
alert.
watched season 7 yet, you don't even belong. I mean, first of all, you can't play Game of Thrones night.
No, you
if you
can't.
haven't seen that, and that's on a time, and I don't remember where.
That's
I
somewhere.
lost it. It's in there somewhere. Oh yeah, Deviant Wolf. That's actually coming up pretty soon. That'll be the first week in June. The 7th is Game of Thrones night. But if you haven't watched season 7 already, you should not play trivia because you're missing.
No.
You're missing 15% of the potential content.
So many things.
What the hell was I saying?
They had a.
Oh, it's the
they had an
spoilers.
uh-oh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
yeah.
uh-oh was that she accidentally locked up this Unsullied.
Well,
at
and that
Casterly
wasn't
Rock.
even her fault. That was Tyrion,
was Tyrion.
being greedy.
Tyrion doing
greedy
dum-dum
as
stuff.
fuck. Well, and I watched. So I'm rewatching. Josh referenced.
Yeah.
And one of the things I forgot happened, and I in rewatching, I was like, oh shit, that makes more sense as to why Tyrion went for Casterly Rock. Obviously, he's always hated Tywin, and they have a very not good relationship.
He shot him in
but
the belly.
in a belly with a crossbow, and after he fucked his lady. That also happened. But Tyrion goes to him after the Battle of the Blackwater, and he goes, since Jaime put on the gold cloak, he renounces all heirs, titles, whatever, blah 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 blah, and he's like, I want my birthright. I want Casterly Rock. Give me Casterly Rock. I want to be the guy. And Tywin's like, if you do a good job,
You're real short.
if you pretty much, he's like, if you do your job, if you handle yourself with care, if you stop betting whores, if you stop blah blah blah, he's like, I'll make sure you have a good wife, you get paid well, you're respected in the community. And then he's like, but you will never ever get Casterly Rock. He's like, I will not. He's like, you're done discussing birthrights with me. And he talks about how he killed his mom after he was born and stuff. And I was like, damn, that's why he went for it. He went for it as a fuck you
Yeah.
to Tywin, even though Tywin's dead.
Yeah, that's bad. That's weakness.
Well, he's
it cost him a lot because
Yeah.
if you the snowball effect happened. And
well, that's
she
where
loses
Grey
a
Worm
damn
is
dragon.
now. He's over.
I know.
And it's not good.
And they're down a dragon.
They are
And now
down a
there's
dragon.
an ice dragon or whatever that is.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
None of it was good.
It
Is that
was not
something that
good.
happens in the book too? Or I
That
know we're,
book isn't
we're past
written
that
yet.
No, we're
point.
past it. So
Yeah.
it's
Because the last book that's been written ends when John, spoiler, I guess, when John gets stabbed.
right. That is not a spoiler at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to
I'm
know.
just throwing it out there.
Yeah, for someone who hasn't watched it, but
I mean, at this point, if you don't just skip the game. We'll have time stamps. Just skip the Game of Thrones one.
George Martin and Weiss and Benoff. I always say his name wrong.
I think it's
Benioff or whatever.
Something like that.
Whatever. Those are the two Game of Thrones dudes that are getting Star Wars movies soon.
Yes.
And Martin, they met multiple times. Apparently, just to get greenlit, he asked them who they thought John's parents were, and they got it right. And he said, "I know I'm working with the right people on this." That was a fun.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying.
Yeah, that was early on in their relationship before they decided, because he didn't have to license it if he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Plus, they didn't know it was going to do this.
No, this is nuts.
No, they didn't greenlight all 8 seasons originally, nor does any like content provider.
Yeah, I think it went like 1, 2, and then they were like, okay, and then they went to like 5.
Then they backed up the dump truck of gold coins, and they were like, "Yeah, guys, do whatever you want." But they've talked multiple times since the series, because I've read about this aggressively. I love the series, and George Martin gave them all he could of what pieces he would put in, and then said, "Guys, do what you want with that."
Yeah, he told them about Hold the Door, that episode. He told them about Hodor, and then they said there was 2 other things that have yet to be
Yeah, and they won't
revealed,
obviously
and
they won't talk
about.
Yeah.
But
There's going to be some cool reveals, and I think a ton of death in these last
So much
6.
death.
There's only 6, I think.
Yeah, they're only doing
But they're
6,
gonna be
they're
longer, too,
They're
aren't
like
they?
an hour and a
90
half. Yeah,
So they're making
A movie.
double trilogy.
Like a 9-episode season of what would be an hour, but they're doing it shorter, and I'm okay with it.
But they're making movies. Like now it's
Yep.
straight up.
They're
with the amount
prepping
of time.
themselves for Star Wars. For what's
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
all the pre-production and battles and
I read something that one of the battles coming up was like a 54-day shoot. or
yeah,
something
Battle of the
stupid.
Bastards
yeah.
was 33 days,
Yeah.
and then this one was 54, 55 days.
A couple people died in fires,
In, like, real life?
real deaths. I heard about.
What?
Yeah, but that was from last season. The dragon shooting
Oh,
the fire.
yeah.
But they
Oh,
had a
right.
death or 2 there
That makes sense.
from stunt people. Someone
Wow.
died recently doing Deadpool. I thought.
Yeah, the motorcycle stunt
domino
lady.
chick, right?
Yeah, she did. She died doing a stunt on the bike.
That's
and
a
they
bummer.
shut production down for like a couple days or weeks or something.
They should. I mean,
Yeah.
that's such a shitty thing. Like, you have these people that are pros and they want to be doing what they're doing, but what they're doing is so dangerous that they don't even sometimes realize, like, oh, I could die doing
How
this.
often do stunt people die?
I don't have that.
I feel like
thing.
it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't seem often, or else something would happen.
Yeah.
It's like one horse dies in a horse movie, and like it's, oh, we can't use real horses anymore.
Yeah.
But like people start dying, they're like, oh well, they signed on for that.
That's what they wanted.
That's
Hope they,
got,
had a
you
big
wanted-
life insurance policy.
they
Yeah.
got to choose that.
You want to drive motorbikes?
Yeah,
That was that Domino character, I think.
yeah, I believe so.
I like
believe
that
it was a
movie, by the way.
lady.
Yeah, it was
so
good.
You saw Deadpool?
I saw
too?
Deadpool too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
it was really good.
I'm super excited to see because I don't know if it came across to you guys, but I'm pretty sure it did. You're fairly observant gentlemen. The ice dragon thing looks like it can move faster than the other dragons.
Yeah.
and like fire better. And
What?
Is it fire?
No.
I mean,
It can definitely move
It
faster.
looks.
What made
it
you
looks
think
like it
he
moves.
could go faster?
It just
went
looks
faster.
swifter.
How do you know that?
I mean,
The-
just
the speed
the eye
readout.
test, bro.
There was none of that.
The eye test, bro. I think it's
there's-
faster.
No,
has magic.
You're doing that thing. The magic is in. It's still alive.
It
And-
got pulled up with a chain that nobody can explain where that came from.
No, they just came up with it.
They were like, "Here's a chain."
Come on, it's not faster.
It
Yeah,
looks
he's
faster.
got blue fire instead of, and it may not be fire. It may be some sort of magic sauce that comes out of there.
Magic sauce.
I think it's the same.
the
I think
Big
it's
Mac
dragon
sauce.
fire, but a different color. It brought down the wall. What the
Yeah.
hell? He didn't even fly that much. What made you think that was
I just
faster?
feel like it was
From
faster,
what I remember,
man.
he was going faster.
He was- I feel
Maybe
like
it
it
was
was
just like at the
faster.
time. He was
Yeah.
going faster.
I mean, how could you?
There was like
I can't
there was more
understand how-
blur. There was more blur in the motion.
Yeah,
And there was
okay.
like wind.
I just
coming
feel like it
off.
was faster.
Okay.
I feel like he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna ruin some dragon stuff.
I mean, it's going to be.
I feel like
2-on-1.
another one's gonna go down.
Oh,
I feel
maybe
like
all.
another. Yeah,
Maybe all, because there's a lot of opinions on how that series is going to end.
There's so
but
many.
Finality may matter to these creators. They may want to dust their hands of Game of Thrones and lay waste to it.
Well, and that's the thing is that if they decide, everybody goes down, there's no, you can't revive. Like you have to start from the beginning now.
You reboot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we know that this franchise, the Game of Thrones franchise, will stem new content. I know Emilia Clarke said no. She doesn't want to do the Daenerys prequel, but they'll probably do one. They'll pick some other things because there's no way content goes this well and doesn't get spin-offs.
I'd like to see a
Yeah.
Ned,
It just
a
doesn't
Ned
happen.
story.
Young Ned.
I'd like to see the battles that they had
Young
with
Ned might be cool.
and Robert.
The
Yeah.
whole Targaryen kind of line is interesting, and there's a lot of it that I think they're going to do, but they're waiting. They're waiting till this piece gets ended because these two guys are going to be exec producer on whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
why wouldn't
yeah.
they? Why wouldn't they keep their piece of the pie?
Yeah, they're gonna cash in to that a little bit.
But I think they're mostly going to focus on prequels, right?
I think so.
Even if there's no finality,
But I think there will be something.
I think there
there'll
will.
be something massive where you're like, oh no, all my favorite characters died, but then she's still alive.
Oh.
Because I really feel like weird shit's gonna happen.
Okay, well then let's do that. Let's do predictions. What do you got? What do you got? Give
I
me
have
your.
so many,
Give
but
me
I'll go
give
with
me
my
two
one.
big ones.
Two big ones.
Two big ones.
Cersei lives
Yeah.
and doesn't
I'd be
get
so
killed by her
angry.
brother, which is what it should be, but won't for some reason. But we know
want it.
Martin's favorite character was Tyrion. We don't know who's favorite to these two current creators, the
Yeah.
showrunners.
I feel like they
Yeah.
like Arya.
They don't
made her
tip their
such a
hand.
badass.
They're good at not telling what's going on. So I'm torn because in my vision of that Cersei somehow lives through this
Yeah.
and stays on it, it's not a good ending. But neither was The Sopranos, and neither
That's
was these
true.
other shows that
yeah, it's very hard to have a good ending after so much buildup.
right and so much like fucking murder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like because what would designate a good ending? Like
Right.
Cersei living, okay, not a good ending, but
Or is it, though?
John
I think
and
I think it is a good ending.
John
I think
and
it
Danny
is.
riding off into the sun? Like nobody
No,
wants that.
I don't like
After
that.
this much murder and mayhem and chaos, like who played the game the best?
She might have.
She might have
Yeah.
played the game the best.
And that's what I think. That's why I think that is the way that it might go.
It just keeps coming up for me as like either the whole damn Westeros goes down,
all of it.
Esau
are
starts
we
taking over.
are we getting one or two key people that live on? Are they gonna
Euron
like
Greyjoy.
who knows? Like, are they gonna like tip the hat and everyone's dead, but then Varys with his no dick bald head comes up and just
And sits
you know,
down.
This is all part of the plan.
Right. I don't know. First of all, I don't know that I would enjoy that. But
No, I
like
hate
if I was gonna go big prediction, I'd say Cersei makes it, and it's just not what anybody really wants. There are some Cersei fans at MegaCon. There were multiple chicks dressed
There
up
was
as
dressed-
Cersei.
yeah, that's true.
She is the most
Visible.
She's gained the most from the game.
Yeah.
You know, she was able.
Well,
but no, she
Danny.
lost the most too.
I think Danny.
Yeah,
could have
but
gained
she
the
was
most.
also willing
You're
to
right.
lose.
Well, but
the
here's why I
most.
don't know that I could say that Danny's gained the most from. Well,
What is
she's-
she-
I don't think she's winning
what
the
is she?
game, but I think she's gained the most over the course of
You're
the
right,
series.
but she
'Cause
she's
went from
never
being
sat
solid-
on the Iron Throne.
No, and
No.
she's not even. She just got to the same continent,
I know.
so I feel like she's losing the game. To be completely honest.
No, well, look at where she started.
I
She
understand.
it
Started
being
from the
sold
bottom. Now
to
I'm
the
here.
Dothraki.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
she
get
draked
that.
it.
Yeah, she draked it
She's getting raped in the beginning.
Yeah.
and now she's
for sure. Now she's got
doing the rape.
She's got stuff. Yeah, she's touching Jon Snow with her nethers, and I like respect. Like, yeah,
he's
do
into
it.
it.
He
He doesn't know she's his
Aunt.
half sister or
Aunt.
aunt, right?
Aunt,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
But still like what she's down a dragon. She hasn't even fought. She's
Wasn't
made a
it the
truce.
good one, too? It was the
yeah.
good one,
Well, it was
Drogon?
no,
It
it wasn't.
wasn't
It
Drogon.
wasn't. It was
Definitely not faster.
It was Viserys, I think.
Yeah, if it wasn't Drogon, he's the number one.
yeah.
He's the eldest and the strongest. Or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
right?
He's the favorite. That's the one she rides.
Right.
I think it was Viserys, the one named after her brother, who also died in
Yeah.
an awesome way.
My big prediction would have been that Jon and then Tyrion ride the three dragons, but then
There's
that just
one
got-
dragon gone.
It got taken away, and then I switched over to Cersei.
That's what we. That's also a question I ask. Aegon the Conqueror rode his dragon Balerion. Who were the other two original riders and their dragons?
oh,
That's super booky.
oh my
Oh, yeah.
god, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Fuck, Aegon's egg,
Aegon was he rode Balerion
Rhaegar.
and
No.
no.
That's a generational gap again. Aegon's before that.
Vagar was
Yeah.
ridden
No
by
way.
Visenya, who was married to Aegon, and then she died. And Meraxus was ridden by Rhaenys.
It's too hard.
Yeah, never would have gotten that.
It's too hard.
People that read the books will get it.
Yeah, they might.
Those are the only
That's
people that'll get it,
gross.
and they reference it in season 1.
No yo dragons.
In Viserys,
That's deep.
Viserys is in the tub with that whore that teaches Khaleesi how to fuck Khal Drogo the right way, and she's like, "Talk to me about the dragons," and he tells her.
So Rhaegar didn't ride? No, I guess he wouldn't have.
No, he was a king.
was too young.
Right.
No, but
the
he was the
dragons were already
son.
gone, weren't they? No, because the Mad King had
The
dragons.
Mad King had dragons, but they were small. Remember, they were bad.
Yeah, he had all the skulls.
They were the
from
shitty
old
ones. Remember, they as time went on, they got smaller and smaller.
because
they
they
referenced
stopped
that.
believing.
I thought Mad King burned with actual dragons, but he must have just done it with dragon fire.
It was,
Wildfire,
Wildfire,
yeah.
yeah.
What was his name again?
Rhaegar. Rhaegar was.
Rhaegar was the Mad King.
Rhaegar was the Mad King.
Oh.
Isn't that also what was the brother's name? Danny's brother.
Viserys.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, but there were other siblings. Rhaegar is her sibling, isn't? No.
No, that's her father.
Who's Snow's father then?
Oh shit! I just had it. I think it's
No, that is
Rhaegar.
Rhaegar.
It is Rhaegar.
Rha-
So that
Rhaegar's-
Rhaegar is the older brother to.
There was incest,
Daenerys.
so that's why it gets
Oh,
like
it's real
It gets
complicated.
real.
Rhaegar.
Yeah, because
is
that
the
would
eldest
make
brother
Yeah, because he's her nephew.
and would never have had a dragon.
No.
'Cause they just hadn't.
They
seen
were
it.
they were done by then.
They were dead. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Next time we do Game of Thrones, we need a family
we need
chart.
we
Yeah.
need a family tree. Just oh my god!
Ugh.
But yeah, they talk about it in the show in season 1. Viserys
I
tells
like
the,
how
the whore-
difficult it is.
Yeah, and
But I
then in the
don't.
books,
Because I didn't know it.
in the books,
Makes you feel bad.
I wouldn't have even known
There's a
all
couple-
three
there's a
of
couple
Danny's
toughies.
dragons' names.
No.
they're named after Drogo, her brother, and I think the other one's Rhaegar. I'm gonna look at that up.
I think that's right.
I think so.
Drogon is for Khal Drogo.
For Khal Drogo.
Who I met.
You did meet him
I
at
met the
MegaCon.
human.
Drogo,
Jason.
Rhaegal,
Sometimes I
and
forget that He
Viserion.
was.
What's that?
Sometimes I forget that he was
Khal Drogo.
Khal Drogo.
Yeah,
Yeah. 'Cause
they-
now I just picture him as Aquaman.
Aquaman, yeah.
Yeah, Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. There, so Drogo, Rhaegar, and Viserys.
See? So she was
I know
fond
stuff.
of the brother.
I
So
know
Rhaegar
stuff.
wasn't the Mad King. It was their dad that was the Mad King. So what's his name? Rhaegar and Daenerys' father. I don't know why I can't
thought-
remember.
Isn't it
I think it is
Aegon?
It's another Aegon or another something with an A. Who is
I
the
don't.
Mad
I think
King?
the Mad King is Rhaegar. Rhaegar Targaryen, I think, is the Mad King.
No.
Aerys.
not- Aerys. It's definitely not Rhaegar.
Aerys
Okay.
Targaryen II, the Mad
Yep,
King.
yep,
That's
yep.
right. Okay.
He's the one that got it from
And his children are Rhaegar, Dany, and Viserys.
Correct.
Yes. Got it.
and Jamie put the sword
In his
him.
back. Yeah. And that was another thing that I just rewatched. Him and Brienne in the tub, and he's explaining what happened. That his father was like, "No, we're fine, we're good." And Maester Pycelle was like, "Yeah, you can trust the Lannisters." Then they opened the gates, and Tywin started ransacking King's Landing. So Aerys turned to Jamie and was like, "Bring me your father's head." And then he was like, burn them all, because he had wildfire in like the crypt and the septum and in the bad slum area, and like he was like, burn them all, and like he was just going to literally decimate King's Landing, and then Jamie stabbed him in the back.
Yeah.
He like killed the Pyromaster, and then Aerys ran, and that's why he stabbed him in the back. Like he was gonna stab him in the face, but he
Makes
was
you a
running.
little worse though when you do it in the back.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's Ned Stark saw him that way, and Ned is the man of honor. So you know the first thing he did was like, "You a bitch,"
Yeah, and then your head got taken.
and then it was gone.
honor means not much in Game of Thrones.
Is there still any credence to the theory that the Mad King went mad because of Bran?
I mean,
'Cause they
Bran
were
the
talks-
Builder.
You
He's
know-
named after Brandon the Builder, which
Right.
they say in the show.
Yeah, but there's a theory that they're one and the same.
yeah, that's
There's
what.
also that theory.
Yeah,
He is
Yeah.
a perpetual piece. The Three-Eyed Raven is this perpetual timeline piece. He is all of the things at once, and I
He's
hate
the alpha and
I
the
love
omega.
/ hate this theory because I wouldn't necessarily be mad if it's true, but I'm like, damn it, it's why they can do whatever they want to do. And maybe
Yeah.
as a writer, as a showrunner, you need that. Maybe you need that magical piece that you could say, yeah, that touched this, and this, and everything he's doing now. He didn't know who he was in his current timeline. I don't know.
Yeah.
But is he really in the Game of Thrones present and past at the same time? Because they're alluding to that a ton. Is he in both timelines at the same time? Because something
because he called
Yeah.
out to Ned.
he
in
affected
that.
things.
Yeah,
He affected things. So
Which I don't think up until the point where he meets the Three-Eyed Raven, I would say that wouldn't be true.
Maybe.
But then from there, I think he kind of gets that.
and that's where it gets kind of complicated.
Yeah.
Where, we could do a
because
whole
that's how,
thing on
that's
this,
how
but
Hold
Oh,
Door
yeah.
happened. But I don't know. I don't know if you've heard anything else about that.
I
about
haven't.
the king hearing like voices in his head, because that's what they say.
well, because if you believe it, it would be that he controls everything.
Controls or affects it in
Right.
some way, because he didn't intend for Hodor to to do that. But if he had gone to the Mad King and tried to change his mind or something,
Yeah.
and then that could have been the voices he heard in his head.
It gets,
So that's a theory
It's
out
so
there.
crunchy.
I don't know.
it gets deep. You know,
There's-
I forgot about Bran when we were talking about the big predictions. Is he one of yours? like-
Yeah, that like perpetual piece is super interesting to me.
Yeah,
It's kind of
I
that,
like
that
it.
Dr. Manhattan kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
gotta-
love that character.
I got a good one, I think, as well. I think John, for whatever reason, is going to have to kill Daenerys. He will then refuse the Iron Throne, and I haven't put together who's going to sit on
Is
it.
he a bitch?
Because he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it. None of the Starks wanted it. They've never wanted it. Robb wanted to be king of the North. He didn't want to sit in the Iron Throne, but he's dumb. All the
All
Starks are
male
dumb.
Starks.
I would argue that all Starks are dumb unless they go spend time with other people. Because Arya got smart because she spent time with the Hound, whose best asset is being able to stay alive.
And the assassins.
And the assassins and Bravos, best asset, staying alive. She fought Brienne and showed her what was up with Needle,
Yep.
a sword that does nothing.
It can kill you. She killed a few with it.
Yeah, but and Sansa spent all that time with Littlefinger.
Yep.
And Cersei, two people that played the game almost the best. Littlefinger tripped at the finish line. That's okay.
He did.
That's okay.
That was a big
He
trip.
fucked up.
'Cause
He
you trip,
fucked
you
up.
die.
Yeah, you trip, you die. Which leads into actually another question, which is exciting. Who was the first character to use the phrase Game of Thrones in the show?
Ah, Crid.
I don't know who Alcrid is.
No, that was me saying crud, but saying it wrong.
Is it Tyrion?
Respect. It is not Tyrion.
No, it's
Tywin.
No.
no.
Cersei.
It's
Yes.
Ha.
Cersei says it to Ned.
I knew it the whole time.
yeah.
I knew it the whole third time.
I knew it couldn't be any of my favorites.
Yeah, Cersei says it first. So trying to switch gears.
Welcome to the
getting
Game of Thrones
into-
podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I legitimately want to do that. Like, sit down and talk about the show, like
Talk
the
of
episodes
Thrones,
after.
man. We
Yeah.
could be the
Talk of Thrones.
9,000th one.
Yeah.
And I'm for it.
And that's the magic number.
I mean,
That's the one people are waiting for.
we're probably more handsome than most of the people that are doing that.
True. There's a decent looking
say.
chick that the HBO group got. The Ringer. They're now the Ringer. She's
Oh
okay.
yeah, you've talked about
Mallory
that
or something.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
her name. She knows deep content.
Yeah, she knows stuff.
Well, she's read all the books enough times, and I guess looked at some sort of like either notes or pamphlets that George Martin must have written because she knows some shit. Deep, like
She's-
swords of people had and different weird dragons
Oh yeah,
and what this.
there's
that's
some
so
sword
much.
questions. In
you did a sword- a
I
swordy
did.
round?
I did well, not a round, but I have a couple questions that are sword
I like it.
based. Valerian steel is going to be very important in this season.
There's, you
between
think?
the walkers.
Oh,
and
right, obviously.
the whites, they're not good with that. Dragon glass, the horn that nobody fuck. I don't.
What's it do? It
What does it
controls
do? Why
things.
is it's there.
I
Which
know.
horn?
There's
a
I
magic
just watched
horn.
it. There's a horn when Sam finds the dragon glass. They're north of the wall. John was captured by the wildlings. They're digging. They're just digging, and they find this hole where it's filled. They like unsheath this cloak that was a raven cloak
Mm-hmm.
or a crow cloak, and there's a bunch of dragon glass like spearheads and a horn.
Oh, that's
That
right.
horn is in the books and
Yes.
apparently can control dragons or something.
White dragons.
Right.
They make a specific.
Right.
So
It's-
is Sam gonna be a dragon rider?
Right? Like think it's
That'd
crazy.
Be so weird.
It'd be so weird because he's fat and not good at anything.
Somebody at MegaCon, I don't know, maybe I must have just been a long line, was talking about how Sam could be at the end of it all.
He could be. I mean, he could be the one like telling the story.
Maybe.
Effectively.
And that'd be an interesting I got,
Yeah.
with the whole how the opening credits
Especially
is
with
relating
his
to the library,
dad
the
and-
orbs and
His
things.
dad and his brother are dead now.
That's true.
That's so many, and that's I don't know if I had a question about that. I should probably look, but so many families have been eliminated because of this war.
Yes.
and the Tarleys are close. Sam's the last remaining heir, so he needs to get it in on Gilly if that name is going to continue.
Right.
What do
That
you
is
get
not-
it in? Like
He
marry
needs
her?
to. Well, he needs to have a baby with her.
He needs to baby.
Oh, that's right. That baby's not.
That's
baby's
not
not
his.
his.
That is Craster's baby.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who is a weirdo.
Who might be dead.
Yeah.
You think he's dead? Yeah, he died. He died.
He's dead.
Yeah. So we'll switch to something happier. Talk about the Disney.
Woo!
You don't like Disney.
No,
You don't like lines.
that's not true.
You don't like lines.
Wait a second. I like some of Disney. The theme parks. The theme parks.
Craig
I
likes the
respect-
turkey legs.
I do love the turkey legs. I respect capitalism and commercialism and that they know how to make money, but I don't want them to have my money. And they keep raising the prices on everything. So that's the pieces I don't like.
How much is it now?
$118 to go to Magic Kingdom
What?
For a day.
for one day.
One day.
And that day does not include 24 hours. They open at like 9 or 10.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're open
And
till
they
like
close
11.
at like, no.
Like a
Some
10-hour
days
day?
is 7, some days is 9.
They're getting into the summer months now, though, where they'll
Yeah.
close at 11.
Well, fine, but not in the
And
not summer months.
No.
They just take your money. They print
Yeah.
it. They know
They're
what
at
they're
a point
doing.
where they're just seeing how high they can raise the price.
Yeah.
Because it's so packed. All the
Before there's pushback.
But I love their content. I actually like as a company that they teach great customer service. They don't pay enough on the lower levels. Obviously, we know on the high levels they do fine. But on the lower levels, they don't pay enough. But some of the strongest companies in America are like that. Walmart.
Yeah.
Walmart GMs are fine. They do fine.
No,
Their
absolutely.
bonuses are good. Everything's fine. It's the cashiers or the stockers that are like, shit, it's going to be tough to get by.
Got to pick up
Yeah.
that overtime.
Right. So I don't not like Disney. It's just I think that they've gotten too good at putting out what they put out, and they're just making their price, and everyone's going to just pay it. When they, it's next year, I think, or 2020.
Wars,
No.
2019.
The Disney version of Netflix, because all Disney
Oh,
will be
yeah.
pulled from Netflix soon.
Yeah.
How much is that going to be? Like, is it if it comes out and it's $10 a month? I'm like, oh, cool. You
That's
guys don't
worth
need
it.
this money.
Yeah.
And it's worth it. But if it comes out and it's like 30 or 50 or something crazy that they know they're going to get, I'm like bummed at them again.
Yeah.
But yet they'll get it.
Yeah. No, they'll make a killing on it too.
Netflix just surpassed Disney as the like
Value
only-
for companies?
Yeah, but for only media companies, for like pure media.
I heard about that. They're making with 100 million subscribers at their average price, they're at about like it's kind of crazy, billions a month. It's really juicy.
So they're
That's
just
insane.
throwing money at people to make.
Yeah, they're making
movies.
like so if it's $13 for Netflix, right, which it is, and they have 100 million subscribers, that's 1.3 billion a year, right? A month. I'm sorry,
month,
times
yeah.
12. So now you're at like $13.5 billion. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing okay.
And their investment into new content last year was $1 billion. This year it's over $1 billion in brand new fresh content.
But that's still gross profit.
oh, they're doing
the profit's
fine.
nasty.
I mean, they're crushing it.
Well, that too is considering as well. You have to consider Disney is part of that right now. They're
Yeah.
going to lose a chunk of that when Disney comes a calling.
But how much of their content is?
I mean,
Disney?
if you want to get technical, a lot.
Oh yeah, because that'll include
Daredevil,
Marvel.
Luke Cage,
They're
Jessica
not-
Jones.
they're not
Defense-
sure what's
they're
getting
not
pulled yet.
sure, but Disney can be like, nope.
All of it. They
Yeah.
might pull all of it, which would mean those Marvel shows go on the new Disney
Disney,
subscription
yeah.
service.
And if they go on the Disney subscription service, is it going to be the way that it is? Am I going to see Wilson Fisk slam a Russian's head in a door off? Like he literally keeps smashing it until his head comes off?
I don't know. Disney
Probably
owns
not.
Marvel now, and they get pretty violent.
Yeah, but
They've been okay at letting people do what they do.
Yeah, if it's under like the Marvel or the Star Wars umbrella, they seem to be pretty okay with.
we'll see.
people
They
taking
haven't
their
completed their addition or reconnaissance of 20th Century Fox, and that'll be the telltale sign for me. If they let Deadpool do another movie as Deadpool, then I got you. I understand. If you don't do that, then now I'm like, okay.
When is that supposed to happen?
It was supposed to happen already, but there's a holdup because there's like the Better Business Bureau or like higher than that or something is like, do you have too much power? Do you have your hands in
like
too many
it's
things?
Way
antitrust.
higher than the BBB. It's the
yeah,
government.
it's
Yeah. It's
well,
the
yeah. I don't
monopoly
remember.
thing.
It's
It's the antitrust stuff.
governmental, like
FCC.
something like that. It's
the one that says, okay, so like if you're a media company or if you're NBC, right? Because this happened, and then you try to merge with Universal, which happened,
Yeah.
and then Comcast, it goes to this board that's a
They have
bunch
to
of government
approve it.
officials that have to be approved, and they have to look at your numbers, your percentage of market share, and decide, is that creating a company that will destroy all other competition?
Yeah,
Hence
it's
the monopoly.
antitrust.
Yeah, that's what is happening.
based- yeah.
So because they're Disney is scooping up
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Marvel, huge acquisition. LucasArts, huge acquisition. And now they're trying to collect 20th Century Fox, which would then get Pandora under the same umbrella as the place where the park currently is, which would be nice.
Yeah.
Because that's not a Disney film. It's a 20th Century Fox film. 21st
They're going to get
Century
it.
Fox.
They're going to get it.
Well, apparently Comcast is preparing a bid that blows Disney's out of the water. That's what I've read. Comcast is ready to almost double Disney's bid.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the shareholders are going to respond to that because there's a big
Yeah.
payout when these acquisitions happen
Yeah.
to all the stockholders. You can either get
But
your money, you
I
can
think
get double
Disney
the
could
stock.
crush Comcast if they really wanted to.
But do they want it?
I-
They have so much.
Probably.
I don't know.
You could think what would a Avengers X-Men crossover movie do? It would beat Infinity War, hands down.
Maybe.
If
But
you,
Infinity
especially if
War-
you could get Jackman back as Wolverine in that movie, that's all he wanted was to be in an Avengers movie.
True, but did Infinity War beat even Avengers 1 and Ultron yet total? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I thought it did.
I thought it did as
I
well.
thought it like blew everything out of the water.
It did well, but it didn't even.
Maybe it was just maybe opening weekend.
Did it even? It set the new record for opening weekend.
I thought it
Yeah.
did.
I don't think it blew it away though. It was like 250 or something, and Jurassic World was like 228 or two something like that.
Oh, I meant of the Marvel movies.
Oh,
Worldwide,
Well, yeah.
it's at 1.9.
worldwide, Infinity War is at 1.9.
Yeah.
Oh, that is good, because Avatar is in the high twos,
Yeah.
but it may never reach that.
It might not. I mean, it's early though.
But you're saying it is the highest Marvel.
I believe so.
Avengers 1 didn't get to 1.9, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Didn't get to 1.7. We're nerding out on box office numbers. I loved Infinity War.
Avengers box office 1.5.
Yep.
Ultron 1.4.
So Infinity was quite a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Is it while you're on there? What just do biggest opening weekend USA? Box Office Mojo is a good resource.
When was Avengers? This one? 2014?
No, was it? I thought it was before that. 2012.
It doesn't say.
Avengers
remember.
1. That's the first one.
Avengers
First one.
Infinity War. 257 million.
Ooh, I get a point for that. 2012.
Okay, 2012. Point for you.
Point.
But I think that almost says more about it too, because the media landscape was so different then. People were more incentivized to go to the movies than now.
This is obscene. So Disney in the top 5 has 4. Infinity War, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, then it's Jurassic World
Right.
at 4, and Avengers is 5.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
obscene.
But-
top 10, they have 9.
Right, but if you before the acquisition of Marvel and Star Wars, what was their number?
I mean,
Like of the top
hold
10,
on.
did they have
Let
any
me-
of them?
No, none.
Right. They had the number 1 animated. They had the number 1, 3D image one.
Finding Dory is the first one I see at 25.
Right. And they had the best
Gross.
Pixar because they bought Pixar back.
Yeah, of course.
So none of that was in question. But them buying up Marvel Studios was huge. Them buying up Lucasfilm was huge. If they get the Fox thing, it's huge. I don't know if it's on that level of huge, but it does come with some ownership of some cool things like X-Men, which
Fantastic Four would be a nice to have a
Fantastic Four
good
would be
reboot.
really good.
Yeah.
Especially that last one.
Bringing
was
it all together would be good,
trash.
but those movies get difficult to execute. So looking at your mashup movies, not that we're trying to get back into superheroes, which we did last time.
Yeah.
You can do it wrong. Justice League shows that.
Oh.
You can do it right. Avengers, Ultron, Infinity War. But it's a dance, and they gave Infinity War to I think the Russos did
Yeah.
that. And they didn't have a whole lot of experience with massive movies like
No,
that.
absolutely not.
Prior to they did
Winter Soldier. Yeah.
But before that, I was reading about them. They had just
Community.
right, a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
smaller things
Yeah.
that didn't necessarily mean you could do a Joss
Something
Whedon
on that scale.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring in 30 characters and make them all have a matter.
Well, so kind of to relate this more to pop culture and stuff, because I think it's cool. We talked about this with Sam a little bit. I think it's cool to be a nerd now. It's cool to like this stuff. And Robert Downey Jr. did
absolutely.
that. I attest that. But Disney has its hands in so many different things, and I think it's really cool. And this maybe people know, but one of my questions for Disney, and it's just listed in a random facts category, was in which now retired Disneyland restaurant were Doritos created? And I don't expect you
heard
guys
about
to
that.
know that, but Doritos were created by Disney.
Yeah.
They got their hands in so many things that you don't even acknowledge, things that you don't even
know about.
They had a lot
Exactly.
of tortilla chips laying around. They were like, no one wants to eat these.
What do we do?
Put dust on them.
And they did.
It wasn't even cheese dust at first. It was
It's
just
it was
dust
straight
from
dust.
Space Mountain.
Which, as a matter of fact, is another question. That was the first roller coaster erected at Disney.
Erect.
Erect.
Nice.
You're welcome. That was a good use of the word. Was that? How did I word
What the
that
hell was that
question?
restaurant?
Casa de Fritos.
What?
What was the first roller coaster in Walt Disney World? Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. Casa de Fritos is the retired Disneyland restaurant. It's gone now, but
Gone.
that's where they created Doritos.
Just like River Country.
crazy. Was that even? That wasn't really a thing for like long.
Gone. 26 years.
Oh, really? I didn't know it was that long.
It was a water park.
Yeah.
Now they only have Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach here in Orlando. Others worldwide, I'm unaware of.
Yeah, I don't know those.
I've not
ones.
been to Disneyland even, and I probably should.
I want to. It's on. It's something I'm willing. Like, so they did a big thing, especially when this stuff came out. They did like an Iron Man exhibit for a couple months. Wanted to go to that. They did like a ride that was like short term. I want to do that. They have the. Is it them? No, it might be Tokyo that has the Tron coaster
Ooh.
that they're bringing to Disney. That's going to be at
Here,
Walt Disney
here or
World.
there?
Walt Disney World.
Where are they
They're
putting
bringing
that?
it where the go karts are currently. I think in the next couple months they're
Yeah, that
stopping
is
that.
a shitty.
It's not good.
They're not even go karts, right? They're the ones
No,
on the
they're
track.
on a track.
They're on that metal track.
Yup.
You
Oh,
wait.
what's
You
that
wait
one?
an hour, 15 minutes,
And you
It's
don't even
for-
get to
It's
drive
for
it.
parents to chill with their kids. Really,
It's so the kid can drive.
the kid can drive and they can
Oh,
turn the
okay,
wheel, and you
okay.
can't go any
and then you
further
just
than
keep
the,
smashing into
smashing
the,
into the thing.
you just end up with a headache and pissed off, but your kid's like, I got to
So,
drive a go-kart.
Being a parent,
Yeah,
pissed
exactly.
off with a headache.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You learned about that.
Yeah, I did.
Like last week or something.
that's true.
It's not great. So yeah, like a lot of stuff is really cool with Disney, particularly. So they have the presidential seal, obviously, in the Hall of Presidents, and it's in the White House. Obviously, there's only one other place in the world where the presidential seal is. Where is it? There's 3 places: Hall of Presidents. It's in the White House. Where is the other place? It is a
On the moon.
national monument.
Oh, I was gonna say Air Force One. It's not on there though. I guess.
So not the moon.
That is not a
No, there's a
national
flag
monument.
on the moon. A national monument. I'll say Rushmore, but maybe not.
The Liberty Bell.
That makes sense.
That's a good question.
Boom.
That's super hard. That's like bonus level. Is that something coming up, or do you just?
I mean, that's a Disney. It's in my random facts for Disney.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I did a lot of research.
So the
I
real
learned-
presidential seal is at Hall
Yeah.
of Presidents.
it was an act of Congress to actually get it there. Congress had to approve it going
I
in.
didn't know that.
Wow.
I thought you could. Can't you like buy it? No?
Apparently not.
I didn't.
Not to like install.
Yeah. All right. That's cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of different. I learned a lot of really weird fucking things.
Yeah. Disney has some cool shit.
There's some obscure. I did a Captain EO question.
You did a Captain EO question.
did.
I probably won't get it, but
I mean, I'll do the one that isn't. The answer isn't Captain EO. After reopening in 2010, what year did Captain EO leave Disney again?
2015.
2015. I should.
I
write
went
Disney
that year.
World
Sadness. It should be Disney World.
because it left earlier in Disneyland
did.
and in Tokyo.
And fun fact about Captain EO, that is a Francis Ford Coppola production.
Yeah,
In partnership with
Michael Jackson.
George Lucas.
Oh, Lucas did that too.
It's all his shit. Really? It's all his property, and that's a Lucasfilm financed kind of thing. They spent $25 million on that.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
That's obscene.
I mean, they had to give Michael a
No,
a
of course.
buck or two.
Of course.
But when he does this and the magic comes out of his fingers.
so I don't know what Captain EO is.
Yeah, and you never will really, because there's really.
Is it online? Can you find it?
I don't know.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
Somewhere, someone must have like done a phone video
Yeah,
of it or
legal or
whatever.
not, it's
You'll
out
not
there.
get the version of it that you were intended to get, which is where the seats move a little and rumble. It shoots smell into your nose, which isn't
Oh, like
great.
the 4D stuff.
Yeah, it was like that, where they would spray you with water.
But before it was a thing.
Oh, was
Yeah,
it only a ride?
It was revolutionary.
No, it was a movie.
it was like
really.
a show.
It was a
Okay.
15-minute.
It was in a theater.
3D movie.
No, but I mean, it was only in the parks. It's not something that was.
That's correct.
No, yeah, it was
never
just a
released.
park thing.
Angelica Houston's in it. A couple other actors that you've heard of are in it, and probably wish they weren't. But I love it. I
Yeah.
love it a lot. And his outfit, the shirt
It's
I
dope.
can't get is the rainbow one. That's the one I want. Mel got me the logo shirt,
logo,
which you had
yeah.
to go on Etsy to get. Because Disney, once 2015 happened, it's my own fault. We were there in 2015, seeing it on its last run, and or is that the year they didn't have it? So it was at, like you said, 2010 to 2015.
2010, yeah.
We went somewhere in the early 2010s, so it must have been 2012, 2013. Anytime we go and EO's there, I have to see it. But there was a cart with merch, and I didn't buy the merch. And I'm like, oh, I'll get it next time. And then the next time I was at the park, EO was there, but the cart wasn't because it was already on the we're not going to make this anymore. And I'm like, man, if I had known that, I'd have bought it all.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
I'd
You'd
have gotten
make a
the
killing.
glove. I'd have gotten it all.
You would have made a killing too if you wanted to
Well,
resell any. If you buy doubles, you resell one of them.
I didn't even think about that,
you
but
could
yes,
make
it would have been sweet.
killing.
You didn't think about that? That seems
No.
like
That seems
something
like
you
a
would
Craig
think of.
thing.
That's something I
I'm
think.
not
of.
He
into
was just
retail,
excited about
really.
EO.
You guys know that. Retail's
Yeah.
not really a thing for me where I'm thinking, oh, let me get these things and turn them for a profit. I'm more like a service guy.
Yeah, less flipping.
Yeah.
You kicked your
unrelated.
sister off the phone to get an EO poster this weekend at
did.
MegaCon. You're like, Lonnie, I gotta go.
Well, did you see another EO? I mean,
No.
It was in this exact style so this artist
such a
we
cool
found,
style,
it's a
too.
cool style that the video may or may not pick up.
It's gonna
So
get,
this is
yeah.
Lando, old Lando,
Lando,
new
new Lando.
Lando. And the Michael one I got has Thriller Michael and Captain EO Michael. And
Of
it was
all
like,
the Michaels
and there's so many Michaels you
There's
could have
so
went with.
many.
But I bought it and I took the guy's card to see. I'll email him. I might
You
want a bigger one. I might want a bigger
I told
one.
Josh that. I was like, Craig was like, do you have this bigger? And the guy was like, no, that's the biggest size I got.
Yeah.
And Craig was like, I'll give you money.
Yeah, I would be interested in also how much his originals are, but I mean that I have to save up my pennies.
Yeah. that
Usually
would
they
be-
want somewhere between 500 and 1,000 for originals.
Much?
Yeah, I mean some people had some
Original
there.
prints or like original?
No, the original art.
Oh,
whatever he
okay,
made
that
the
makes
print
sense.
from.
Yeah, okay.
These people that do well at MegaCon can do well in regular life too if they're smart with their art. You know,
Yeah.
put it up on the web and
get
do
it in
it
the right places.
But I'm sure that some of them clear thousands on the MegaCon weekend. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they have good stuff.
Yeah, if they're smart about it, like the guys, the last guy that we went and saw that was doing the mystery bundle
That seemed
thing,
smart.
It was so cool. It was $5 and it was five or six
prints
five
that are
different
normally
prints.
$20 a piece.
Yes.
but he's retired those from previous MegaCons, and he just so
He needs to get rid of
Like
them.
leftover prints.
Right. So this artist printed how many of these? I don't know. Maybe he brings 100 with him. And who knows what that number is. But this guy had leftovers from the previous year, made these mystery packs, and did not market them appropriately and that's what you find in business, right? You've got these amazing artists that certainly don't know how to market themselves.
No.
That's why they're at the convention and don't even have good signs or don't even know that it'd do them better. A few of the places that were smart enough to hire someone to do the sales while the artist was just chilling and sketching and stuff.
Yeah.
They do better. Let me come and hype your shit for you.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
for
Let
5
someone play
hours.
to your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Do what you're good at, which is art, and I will draw attention to you doing art.
and very few of them are smart enough to do that. But the ones that do are making them bigger money. And that doesn't mean they're the best artists, by the way. But
Well, that's like there
They
was
just
a
get the
dude.
attention.
Yeah, there was a dude that was doing like paintings, like those spray painting, like quick, like
Oh, yeah.
he was doing that, and I wanted to go look at it, and even I'm not into that kind of art style. It's not my thing, but it would have been interesting to look at. I couldn't even get to his table because there was just people. It's performance art. He's doing performance art, and I'm sure he sold a shit ton of art pieces because that's what he's doing.
And they're
It's
there to
really-
make money.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be honest. I love MegaCon. I know we could do a whole friggin' podcast on MegaCon. There were
Love it.
podcasters there. They opened up that area between the celebs and the booths.
Yeah.
And they had the photo ops, and then they had 6 different, I saw, YouTubers or podcasters doing live stuff. So they would
Oh
get
yeah, they had
some of-
YouTube
Some
guys
of them
there.
got celebs to
Yeah.
come in, low level ones.
Rooster Teeth was there, and
Oh yeah,
there
yeah.
was like
I saw like
Tobuscus or
Tobuscus,
some-
which I didn't even know he was still around.
Yeah.
He
I
had some big allegations thrown at him a couple years back.
I didn't know Rooster Teeth was a YouTube, but
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
makes
that is-
sense why somebody wanted a picture with that guy.
That is the guy.
It was one guy.
Yeah.
One picture, I mean, and I was like, they're also selling a ton of merch.
That's a big thing on YouTube. They're a pretty big channel.
Junk Drawer Show podcast, get you to MegaCon,
I
bro.
mean, that sounds
I'm
expensive.
sure a booth is like 2,500.
29 subscribers.
That's more.
Yeah, it is more. We're slowly.
You probably
inching
got
up.
6 of those from Trivia Folk.
That's definitely not true.
It could be.
You don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe like
we can look.
2.
You don't know how to track that.
Yeah, I do.
You go and
Show
look
me
at the
their names.
subscribers.
A bunch of people have dumb names on YouTube. You don't
That's
know.
true. That's true. Do we want to throw in another Disney question for?
Do it.
All right. Which two Walt Disney World rides are exactly 199 feet in height?
Which two?
There's two.
Poop. Everest.
That is one.
Thunder.
What?
Is that Disney
Thunder Mountain?
World?
No. Walt Disney World. Yeah.
Tower of Terror.
Yes.
Got him.
At 200 feet, you have to put the antenna on for airplanes.
Yep.
So they
Oh,
do them
okay.
at 199, so they do not have to do that.
Oh, just smoked you again.
I don't know.
It's happening.
I don't know.
It's pretty heavy that's going on right now. How many countries are in the Epcot World Showcase?
13.
11.
Nope. 11. Correct.
You would think I was Googling, but I'm not. That's
he's
my
not.
why.
I just want to more. I don't even know.
Trying to throw more questions.
I'm trying
out
to
there.
hit some more. Yeah. So multiple choice number. How many Academy Awards did Walt win in his lifetime? 22, 27, 36.
Oh, no. It's so many, but you gave numbers, and that makes it harder.
Yeah.
22. See, if I'm not going to lie, if you would have said closest to the pin, my guess was going to be 27. And is that one of your options?
22, 27,
So
36.
it sucks that I'm going to have to go with that, but it's only because that's what I thought, and I'm not. I just got to do it. Got to go with that.
Yeah, I have no idea. So
So
I'm just going to go with him.
it's 22.
Yeah,
Oh.
You
And
had
I'm
the
not-
opportunity
You did.
to
You had
capitalize.
it.
You could have picked a different one, and you didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't like multiple choices
Fucked it
for
up.
that very reason. Where like I had a number in mind, my closest to the
But
pin would have
for
been all right.
trivia, it
works.
It makes it better.
It's the most of any person.
yeah.
ever,
It's
is
and that's just living. Like he's obviously won more since that moment in time.
How many has he won total?
I have no idea. That
he's
Disney has
dead,
a
so the
yeah.
company has
the
a
company
shat
has a
ton.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
so it
and one of the
doesn't-
things I learned in reading
scale.
about Walt, and I don't think this was one of the questions in there, for a gift every year of like a Christmas present or whatever, he would give his live-in housekeeper a share of Disney. One share.
Oh, okay.
That woman died a multi-millionaire. She like donated $4.2 million to like a children's shelter of some kind and then left her son with the rest.
Interesting.
Yeah. Gave her Disney shares as like a present. What?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's
Hey, man,
amazing.
not that I like Facebook or anything like that, but Zuckerberg paid the original mural artist in shares, and he became a millionaire as a result. So when they opened up the very first office, he wanted original art on some of the walls, and the guy, he said you could take 50 grand, or you could take this amount of shares. The guy was smart, took the shares.
Yeah.
Always take the shares.
Well,
Well, not
maybe not, but
When
in
a
this-
when a guy's like, you can have 50 grand now, or I can give you these shares in this thing that I'm working on.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, maybe he just looked at the size of the place he was painting and he went, "Yeah, I'm gonna take the shares." I mean, I don't
Give me the shares.
because they had already gotten their initial funding.
Yeah, I mean, if you do a second of research for the guy you're working for, you're like, oh, Harvard dropout doing this. Oh my God, give me the shares.
Not everyone takes that though.
Give me the shares.
It took years for that to mature. They didn't go public then.
Mm-hmm.
They went public years. They went public somewhat recently.
Yeah, it was a couple
Yeah.
years
Within the
ago.
last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
within-
this guy took the money in like 2008. Took the shares. I mean, so
I
that's
still think it's smart.
it's long term smart. you
Oh
know?
yeah, yeah. And you have to be able in a position to do that.
Sure, because what if I mean 50 grand sounds juicy, man. It's a lot of money. That could
It
be the
is.
guy's year.
Yeah, and you don't know if a company's gonna just shit out.
I know. Wish I knew on Bitcoin earlier.
MySpace.
Would have gotten that shit for like 3 cents.
MySpace did what it needed to.
Yeah,
Tom
no,
got out at the right point.
yeah.
Yeah, he sold it
Yeah.
to Justin Timberlake.
So he
does
bad
own it now,
investment.
I know. That's not who it went to,
bad
but
investment.
first, but he,
He
does
owns
own
a
it now.
part of it.
That was stupid.
We'll do
Justin.
last Disney. Which movie was released first? Oliver and Company or Fox and the Hound?
Oliver and
Fox and the
Company
Hound.
is in the 70s. Fox and the Hound is earlier, I think. I'm going to go with that too.
Fox and the Hound is correct. 1981. Oliver and Company, 1988.
Oh, I got them both wrong. Cool. But I got the right answer.
You got the right answer.
I get a point.
Fun fact.
I said it first.
Oliver,
You
voiced by Joey Lawrence.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
88. Mm-hmm. Blossom.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
please.
like he was a wee lad.
one.
Well, no, Blossom came out in the 90s, right?
I think so.
I guess he would have been.
He was
Was a late teenager?
Yeah, he was like 11 or something.
I didn't know he worked that young.
13, something like that.
Good for him.
Yeah, Oliver.
I respect his hairline now.
It's strong, but he's
not. He's bald.
Hasn't he done? I thought no, that's the other one. Matt Lawrence has the good
Yeah,
hairline.
absolutely.
That's the one. Okay,
Right,
that's where
Joey,
my
who
brain.
had amazing hair,
Yeah, gone.
went bald, and I love it.
Doesn't he embrace it though?
Yes,
much like
at
you
Dancing
do.
with the Stars, he had it off. He won,
he-
I think, Dancing with the Stars, or came in second.
He nared it. He just.
I don't know. He went down to just scalp, and I'm not going to do that.
You
I'm going to
won't-
keep
you
my.
wouldn't nair?
I like
Just
my
a
no
little bit.
guard. I like my no guard.
That's a little long for you, actually.
It is. But I shaved over the weekend to meet famous celebs.
Momoa. So what
we
was
met
your
Jason Momoa, we met Carrie Elwes, and we met John Cena.
and
And
Jim
by
Lee.
meet, and Jim Lee. It's 10 or less seconds.
It's that
you,
quick.
You get a shake hand. You might get a line in. You get a really blank, weird stare from John Cena when you ask him to come to the Wishmaker Ball. He didn't know what the fuck that was, but he was great. We got to see him with kids.
Oh,
the
that's
group
cool.
right before us was a dad and his two kids that had no way of knowing that Cena was wearing the exact same shirt the two kids were wearing.
Oh, that's great.
And Cena went like locked in on these kids. The kids were telling stories. Now the moderators, the people there, were bugging the fuck out because they run on a 10-second. They want you in and out, in and
Yeah.
out. They have 800 other people in line. Cena don't give a fuck. Cena
No.
was zoned in. This kid was telling him a story. Kid hugged him in a way that you know is like the purest,
Oh, yeah.
most joyful way. And Cena was incredible with those kids. So that happened. We didn't get to see any moments with Carrie because he was kind of blocked off. So we were the only ones in there. But I'm sure he was creating nice moments because people were leaving with the biggest smiles. Princess Bride, Robin Hood
yeah.
Men in Tights, Liar Liar.
Saw.
Oh, yeah. The guy's a stud. And then Momoa, I felt lucky that even though I didn't necessarily get the greatest experiences, we get to watch him.
Yeah.
Momoa, right before us, was two of the oldest ladies on Earth. They were like 90 plus or something. And the asshole moderator people, again, made the woman get out of her chair. She had a
Really?
fucking wheelchair. And the guy's like, can you get out of the chair? Can you walk at least just that little bit? I'm like, just in my head, I'm thinking, just let her boom boom up here.
Yeah.
But I guess it would have been in the shot or something. But Momoa like took extra time, and it was cool. It was cool. Just seeing those little pieces of it.
Did you get any words into Momoa?
I got I don't know what I said, but he said thank you to whatever I said. So Mel went in for a hug, hard.
Yeah.
And while she did that, I went in and sniffed him close. He smelled great. And then I got into my where we're going to look and be. I was really excited, and I pointed at him for the picture. And then on the way out, I turned for the handshake, got the handshake, said something. Maybe it was just thank you, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I said.
I love you.
Yeah, I don't think it was that, but it could have been. It could have been, but he was real soft. He had just fucked up his foot the day before.
What?
So,
Oh, that's why I wasn't there on
yep.
Saturday.
One thing I loved about his that I never saw anyone else do the whole weekend, now that we're on MegaCon,
Yeah.
is he, before his photo time of 3 o'clock, he walked the whole line and was high-fiving everybody.
That's cool.
Technically hobbled the line because
Yeah,
his right
his
foot,
foot is-
and he's high-fiving, and I'm hoofing it over there because it was like, I'm like, Mel, I think we should get over there early,
I want a
not knowing
Momoa
he would
high
do
five.
this.
Yeah.
Mel was hoofing it, and we get to the line just as he's turning around, and we get to his back, and we're like, yes. Almost.
Oh, that's great.
So I didn't get the high five, but I got the handshake later. He smelled good.
And you got to smell him.
He has beautiful hair.
It's good hair. It's real good hair.
Yeah, and he's not a young man, so it's probably going to stay.
Yeah.
He's 37. I mean, it's not.
He doesn't
He's not
look
peaking at
37,
all.
though.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Fun fact: he's married. He's married to Lisa Bonet.
Bonet,
She was
yeah.
on the Cosby Show. She
that's
has a
right.
beautiful daughter from. Well, they have two
Lenny
beautiful children.
Kravitz.
She is Zoe Kravitz's mom.
Mm-hmm.
How old is she?
Zoe Kravitz?
No,
Or Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet.
Oh, she's got to be like 46.
What do you think?
I have no idea.
She 50.
What?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's got him
She's
by
doing
over a decade.
well.
Oh, psh,
I've watched interviews that they talk about each other. He loves her.
he does.
He loves
She's
her.
awesome though.
She's super cool.
She's very cool.
She's super
You
cool.
could see how cool she is in the type of dudes she pulls.
Oh, yeah.
Lenny Kravitz and Momoa.
Kravitz,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's cool.
Those are badass guys.
They are.
They're pretty
They are.
dope.
Kravitz
Pretty
is
dope.
good at music.
Yeah.
Momoa's really good at acting
At
and being
being
like
a
a
man.
dude.
Yeah.
He apparently is a super outdoorsy, rock climb, motorcycle badass.
Yeah.
Axe throwing.
Were you there when we heard about he's going to be the new Crow?
I told you that.
You told us
Yes.
that. Mel kept repeating it the whole weekend, so I couldn't.
He's gonna be the crow.
He's gonna.
Yeah, we know.
She was very into that. Well, 'cause
I
she
love
likes
that movie.
original. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
It was not good by any stretch of the imagination by like today's standards, but I love that movie. Brandon Lee.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't believe she's 50.
50.
That's crazy.
That's an age where you're like you. Well, Jennifer Aniston's almost 50.
That
Julia
is
Roberts is 50.
unbelievable.
You don't even see it, and then you're like, "Oh, I need more money to look good." Yeah.
Well, it's so funny. I think it was you when we were talking about it, and this will be a nice transition. We were talking about Aniston. Maybe it was you. Or it was like an interview or something I was watching. But it was like, you can see in the first season of Friends, they all look kind of dumpy.
Oh, yeah.
But as the seasons go on, they look better and better.
Oh,
Name
yeah.
a show where
Because they
that's not
get
true.
money.
How I Met Your Mother, same thing.
Yeah.
You go to successful
Well,
shows.
I'll
It's
argue
Always
that-
Sunny.
I'll
is
argue
the
that
only one
Lily-
I know of.
Lily
But they did
gets
that on
worse at the
purpose.
last couple seasons. She starts to look, man.
Oh, well, she might have had multiple children or something.
It was probably multiple children or just like had work. Courtney Cox went a little crazy with that.
She did.
That, you know.
Cougar Town Courtney Cox does not look the same.
It was bad.
as season 1 Friends Courtney Cox.
No,
No,
season
not
1
at all.
Friends Courtney Cox is attractive.
Yeah.
Have you watched the newer Arrested Development?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then that kind of loses it. But the Bluth sister, she got a whole bunch of plastic surgery done in
Portia
between the
de Rossi?
third.
Ellen's
Rossi.
wife?
de Rossi?
Yeah, yeah. So she got a bunch of plastic surgery done in between the end
Oh.
of season 3 and the start of
She
season
used to
4.
be super attractive, is
Yeah.
she not? No.
I don't like the plastic.
The plastic look sucks.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Good. Why do
just
they do
doesn't-
it?
You were with Ellen. She doesn't give a shit about anything.
Right? She seems so cool. What if she's not?
What if
though?
she's
a terrible
she's super
goes home and
uptight?
she's like,
Scenes.
if you don't look better. Ellen makes $50 million a year, and maybe that's a lot more than Portia makes. We know
Oh,
that
for sure.
Yeah.
So she might go home and be like, "You just have to look right, because if any bit is off, I am leaving you nothing."
How long have they been together?
A long time,
Forever.
I would guess, and you have a computer to
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
this quickly. I would guess 14 years. No, but it could be more. Her showing off the air in the late 90s. They weren't together yet. I think they got together in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Because she used to be with Anne Heche and some other shit going down.
Don't know who that is.
That's an actress.
Oh, what
It
do
was
I want to
kinda
look
good.
up? Together.
I don't know. Are you bad Googling right now?
I'm not doing strong.
Oh, man. If I get it friggin' first.
That was
Shame
we
on
had that
you.
MegaCon competition that Mel aggressively lost.
Yeah, she's the
I think
worst.
it said something about 2007.
That's a little later than I thought, but it's close. That's 11
TV
years.
Guide include her and Ellen DeGeneres in their power A-list couples in 2007.
Portia de Rossi married in 2008.
Oh, 8.
Nice.
Okay, so yes, they got 10 years.
Nice, but they were together before that.
Yeah.
Man, your Google is
She's
suck.
45.
Yeah, you're really good. What'd you search?
Do you
She's
see? But do you see how old Ellen
Oh,
is?
he went to Wikipedia.
I didn't. No, I'm at Wikipedia now. I just Googled and I was
Yeah, Wiki
reading.
will give you good stuff on that kind of personal shit.
It just takes a while to get there.
Ellen's 60.
She really? How old is Portia?
45.
45.
60. I wouldn't have pegged that. She looks good for 60.
Ooh, I love being right about that Anne Heche thing. I pulled that out of my ears. But they did get together in 2004, so that puts me dead on. I said 13 or 14
Yeah, you
years.
did.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like that milestone thing of like you remember where you were when you saw a certain movie or certain thing. Like I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
when I heard about that relationship, and I'm like, I was in college.
Yeah. We
You're
were
like,
just
"That's
talking
cool."
about like
Portia de
anchor
Rossi's
years,
hot.
like where you think everything from. Like 2010 is what yours is.
Yeah, 2009
for
when I
you?
graduated high school. I'm like, oh yeah,
It's
that
got to
was-
be a milestone year.
Yeah,
It
mine
has
is when
to
I
be.
graduated college. So everything is like from 2014. So 2005, I think, oh, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, mine's not college. It's high school, even though
Yeah.
I'm older, because I can use 02, which is my graduation year, better than I could use 05 because I graduated in December of 05, and that screws everything up for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it literally 2006.
It ended
a
the
month
year,
later.
so
Yeah.
I'm not good. Like any memories of like, oh, I got that job. When was that? I'm like, oh shit, what? When was that? Right. Because it's not. Whereas when I use high school, I'm always on.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why.
I feel that.
So just to throw out some Friends stuff, I think this is the last one that we have that we haven't really touched on. You stretching it out right now, Brandon?
I think we're getting pretty far in.
Yeah, I mean, I just figure we'll bust through a couple Friends questions and then we'll.
9 hours.
Oh, no.
That sounds right.
No, I don't even know where the thing.
Bottom right corner, I think.
What are we at?
114.
Yeah, we'll be
Okay.
all right. We'll bust out some some
Yeah,
friends.
that's about on.
Yeah, that's why it feels that way.
Yeah,
just
I
my
keep,
legs.
I keep having my legs come up like that. So limber.
You like that?
Good job.
I was like, does this
that was
go
gonna
up
be
where
a
I can
bad-
stand talk? It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could
you
you
can.
could get it up there.
You just gotta watch out for the cable because we have short cable.
Yeah, we're working on
What
getting
if I just do
some
horse
longer.
position? No.
So powerful.
Coming back down.
So
I broke it.
We're gonna have friends music rounds, which I didn't think was a thing.
I'll be
but it
there
is.
for you.
I actually didn't include that one because duh.
Well, I know, but that original soundtrack, I got into it in a positive way with some people at Friends last month.
Yeah.
At Ellipsis Brewing. They were like, "Where's this music from? It's so dumb." No, I said, "You're dumb." There's
made-
an original
yeah.
soundtrack that came out in '95. I
And
bought
another
it.
one in '98.
Yeah, there's multiple.
Yep.
So and they came out with what, 13 or 14 tracks each.
Yeah.
And it's songs that were in the show at some point, but moreover, they were literally on a Friends soundtrack disc.
Yes.
So it doesn't get any better than that in
No.
terms of like when we're doing
Literally answers.
Right.
You
Yeah.
literally look at it. You listen to something. You go, "This is what this is." Yeah. So I pulled those. One of my favorite questions and one of my favorite cameos, because I know Craig likes the cameos.
Love it.
Tomas and Tim were one of the most unexpected cameos in the series. Who played Tomas and Tim?
I'm real bad about character names in that show.
There's actually a
Tomas
story that goes with
And
this
Tim,
one.
but you're talking about music.
No, this is I'm
you
switching.
transitioned.
Yeah. Tomas and Tim.
God damn it. There's been so many guest stars.
So many.
He has no idea.
Nope.
No,
And
he's
I'm-
out of
I'm
the game.
Ewan
also-
McGregor
Yeah, I like that. And Liam Neeson
and Liam Neeson
together again.
Yeah, obviously. That's what it is.
Ah.
Way to nail it, guys. Robin Williams and Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
And they apparently were on set doing something together. Well, I don't know if that was around like they did like what was that?
Movies.
They did Father's Day together, but I don't remember if that they did like a
Comics.
stand up.
They did like either the Comics Come Home or not.
Yeah,
that one,
something like
but
that.
the other big charity
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So they were recording something on that soundstage, and they were like, "Hey, can we jump in this?" And they
You
were
wanna be
like,
in Friends?
Yes, pretty much. So
Yeah, the people that have been showing up to the Friends nights, and we love you guys. Thank you so much. You're gonna get that right. You didn't need this for that
No.
one. They do so well. The Friends nights, we're seeing like the highest percentage of people getting correct ones, even when we're throwing just difficult stuff out.
It has a cult.
Oh, it
following.
was tough.
And there's like those
It was
Trivial
tough to
Pursuits in
like
it.
Yeah.
find stuff.
Like, what's the name of the dude that lived downstairs for one season because he died, but then he was in one episode and people just know his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just know it.
I think I have that here. I don't remember
Mr. Heckler. Heckles.
that one. Yeah. What are Ross and Monica's parents' names?
Mom and dad.
Mr. and Mrs. Geller.
Jack and Judy.
Son of a bitch, but I think Elliot Gould's one of them. That's not right. It's
No, you might be right.
I might be right on the
Yeah,
dad.
I think you're right. So I'll close this out on a Friends quote. You just tell me who says it. Come on, Ross. You're a paleontologist. Dig a little deeper. This is literally a multiple choice, and I took a person away because I said,
Don't you say Ross, you bastard.
you
Damn
son
it.
of a bitch."
I thought it was Ross.
Monica,
No.
Rachel,
No.
Phoebe.
Yes.
Got it.
Phoebe.
You should have just
Phoebe?
said names. I
Yeah,
was
you didn't
burning.
even try.
Oh, well, I didn't know we were.
You didn't even
I
try.
didn't, you said you were closing it
You
out.
lose
I thought you were
all
just
of the
saying
points.
That this is
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
You lose all of the points you've acquired, which is 2.
I only have him down for one half.
Yeah, well, you chose not to add in the points that I did get,
Interesting.
which was 2. I had 2.
I thought you had 2, but
did
I
have
think
to.
the ones you gave him were not a part of this initial game.
no, they were not part of that.
They were
But-
There
part
was
of
one.
the long form game.
Yes,
Yeah,
the one that we've been
matters.
playing.
Of
now.
course.
Yeah. Which you still lost, I think.
No, I think I came out on top here.
I would disagree with that statement.
Hey, if you stuck with us through the many tangents
So many.
of this episode, you get to the bitter end with amazing answers.
Some good answers. So, yeah, guys, make sure to like, subscribe. Craig's going to hit you with these calendar, these dates, these schedules
I think
one
I'm just
more
gonna
time.
show off Lando again.
That's Lando.
Really like this artist. Don't know his name, but maybe
His business card is there somewhere. It's in that stack. Yeah, that's
Is it
the
the
one.
Star Wars one?
Yeah.
Danny Haas, double A. You definitely can't see this from that long.
No.
Maybe Pat will put it in the notes. I don't know.
Maybe I'm gonna try
why
and
not?
I'm gonna for future podcasts if you guys are interested. We're gonna try and get some of these artists that are local to come on the podcast and hang out with us.
Ooh.
So that's gonna be one that I'm pretty excited about. I'll try to reach out to him and
Was he
some
local? I
others.
don't remember.
I don't remember, but I know the guy that did
Some
the
of them.
mystery packs.
John Lewis was local,
John, yeah. He
might
was
be into
local.
it.
Yeah, and the guys that did the 3D printing when I held Stormbreaker, also out of Orlando. So I'm gonna try and get
Your
them to
subscriber count went up like 15% recently. So
I mean,
actually
we-
more like 20%.
we're gonna say that.
So we're gonna. It's math. you had a
It's real
number,
math.
and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Percent wise.
It feels good.
Which is the number we're going to use.
Yes.
Until it's no longer a good number.
Until we get over 100.
We're not going to say 6. We got 6 new subscribers. No, we went up.
We had a 20% increase.
30%. So, June, a lot of themes. I'll burn through them real quick. The ones we talked about Harry Potter, and that's coming soon. We've got Duffy's all over Orlando doing Harry Potter on June 7th. We've got Bloodhound Brew, Mellow Mushroom, and Top Golf doing Harry Potter on June 11th. A little bit of Marvel love coming your way on June 12th. That's Tuesday at Graffiti Junction, both Longwood and Lake Nona. Tons of Disney all throughout the month. We've got June 19th at Smoky Bones in Sanford, June 26th at, I lied about that one, June 28th at Mickey V's and Red Cypress, as well as Persimmon Hollow and Fuzzy's doing Disney on June 6th. Now, Cahoots is getting a little Friends action. That's downtown on June 6th. And where's the hell did I put Brass Tap? Oh, they're doing The Office, but we didn't talk about that. But that's
Yeah.
okay. That one does so well. We don't even need the hints.
We don't even need to talk
the
about that
hints.
one.
Lots of theme trivia. Check out the website, tastytriviaorlando.com, and check out these guys on iTunes, Stitcher?
No, not
on
there.
Stitcher.
Not there.
Which
Google
one?
Play, YouTube.
That's what I meant.
So,
The
yeah.
Junk Drawer Show.
Junk Drawer Show.
Podcast.
The Junk Drawer Show.
The T-H-E.
T-H-E.
Not T-H-E-E. The.
No, not the old school one. Just the as in T-H-E without the other E, which is old school. With
Wow.
an E after old.
I now know how to spell.
If you subscribe and comment, Josh will kiss you on the mouth.
Wow.
That's true.
Just like that. Wow.
Maybe even
Soft
open mouth.
lips.
Maybe even open mouth, which is
Yeah.
just...
Like a fish.
So, yeah, guys, thanks for checking everything out. I hope you enjoyed this foray into random awesomeness. We talked about MegaCon a lot, talked about Game of Thrones and what we believe. I'm going to stand by the fact I think I'm a Mormont just because of Liana. I love her. And you're Tyrell. We're going to say Tyrell.
Blackfish. He's a Tully.
He's a
Whoops.
Tully, yeah, but they call him the Blackfish.
They do.
And Tullys are bad.
I'll be a Tyrell, I guess. They don't do nothing.
I mean, not anymore.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're
all dead.
they're
They're all
done
dead.
now. Yeah, they're one of
They're from
the
Highgarden?
houses that one of the houses we talked about that is just it's done now.
Yeah.
It's done.
All right.
So are the Martells. So are the
Ooh, I could have been a Martell.
no.
Limber. You saw my
We did see how limber
limberility.
you are.
Is that
It's
what's the? It's not limberility. I made that up.
Yeah,
That's
what?
limberness,
Limberosity?
flexibility, obviously. But what would you do for
Dexterity.
limber? My
don't-
Limberness?
limberness. You guys saw my limberness. House Martell for life. From
Life.
Dorn, son.
Life.
We are the sun and the spear.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
And we poison.
Yes, and get poisoned.
Which I've never. You do the poison, you get the poison.
It happens both ways.
Never poisoned anybody, but now I'm thinking about it. It's Josh.
No, we know it. After watching the Drunk Drawer, we know it's Mike. You're gonna poison Mike's Blaine. You don't respect his opinions.
Mike Splain, I know you're going to listen to this. You're not welcome back.
Wrecked.
He'll never get to our 1.26.
No, definitely not.
But if he does, you ain't welcome back.
You're
Now he
getting
knows.
poisoned.
you getting That was Pat who said that in case anything happens.
In case you're only listening and not watching, poison.
I have an air loose alibi now where I could poison this dude, and there is Pat saying,
gonna go to
I'm going to
Pat.
poison you.
That's fair. We'll see what happens.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, follow, like, subscribe, smash that like button, and fuck you, Mike.
Don't. I like how that ended.